Hi there, everyone. We're now going to move on to explore another social robot. This one has been called Hug, and again, it's deployed in Japanese care settings. I know, Perry, that you've been quite interested in Hug, and you'd like to share some of that interest with our participants. Can you tell us a little bit about the background to Hug and what it gets up to?
Yeah, and again, I'm drawing on the account in this book, Robots Won't Save Japan, by James Wright, who uses Hug as one of his 3 case studies in the Sakura nursing home where he did his study. Hug is a lifting robot. Its use is fairly apparent from the picture that you can see here. It's designed to lift people up, possibly from a hospital bed or a bed they might be occupying in a nursing home or other care setting, and then to transfer the person to another bed, into a wheelchair, into a toilet facility or a shower, and similar.
Right.
You can see that it's based on the sort of industrial robots. Similar devices would appear in car factories or other manufacturing facilities or warehouses, where a robot would move around and lift heavy weights and transfer them from one place to another. Why people in Japan in the robot care industry thought a robot like this would be important is that care, especially in elder care settings, can be a very physical activity. There is a lot of lifting and moving around of people who often can't move themselves. And not surprisingly, there's a very high incidence of back injuries amongst care workers. In fact, Wright describes care homes as amongst the most dangerous places to work, both in Japan and in the USA, as a consequence of people having to lift other people, who can be quite heavy, up to 100 kilos or whatever. And surprisingly, there's no safe handling legislation for lifting people in Japan. So there is around lifting objects, but not lifting people. So there is a very sort of widespread incidence of back injuries amongst care workers, and back injuries are quite serious things to get. They're very difficult to cure, and obviously, they're a chronic injury that might impact on your work a lot. So, on the face of it, a robot like this will be very useful in a care setting where people have to be lifted. But Wright found that there's very little adoption of such robots in Japanese care homes, and he found that fewer than 10% had made any use of lifting robots. So the obvious question is why? If there's a solution here to a very widespread problem, which is back pain and injury, why are people in care homes not using robots like this? So this is the question that he sought to answer when he went into the care home and studied Hug.